The final home game of any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. The Noles will boot it away to start the game. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Sooners offense will go to work first. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on. They punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the dope. Dropping back, it's Hall. It's complete to the left. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Setting up the screen. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. And the Sooners come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. They'll try to get the first through the air. Fires on the move. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball.
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. Leaves it with the back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money. Job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results oriented. They've lost football games.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
Got him downfield. Touchdown! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
How about the start from this offense? What a drive. Just when they needed a 3rd down conversion, they got it. They put a bunch of plays together, kind of wore the defense out, and in the end, punched it in for 6.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Florida State's offense will go to work for the first time. Last time we saw these guys, it was a rather forgettable experience for this quarterback. He turned the football over. He got sacked. Just not a good day at all, Jesse.
Well, the defense was able to rattle him. They hit him often. They hit him early. They got sacks on him, and then he started feeling it.
There he goes. Bulldozes his way through. He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Touchdown, no! He found some open space and turned. Jets.
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David, it shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Let's see what he can do with the return. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They'll go right back to the run. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Back to throw, it's Hall. He's going to take off. At the 40, there he goes. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
And usually when it takes off and scrambles, it's because the defense didn't. Great job keeping lane integrity, not keeping him in the pocket, letting him get outside, and then he can do damage. Then it's the next play that you have to play instead of this just the original pass. So defense has got to do a better job of keeping that guy in the pocket.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Well, they've put themselves in a hole. It's 1st and 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. Soft spot in the middle. Knocked off his feet.
When I see the defense in man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Makes the grab. It's Dayton. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Marshall. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Look, you can't take away everything, right? So you give them that and rally and make a solid tackle.
Now, and a lot of times in zone coverage, I like when I can get all the eyes on the quarterback. I like when I can see the routes and see them develop in the middle. And you could tell they had key. Tight end, he wasn't going anywhere after he caught that football.
Trying to escape and get it himself. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19 there in the red zone. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the red zone, it's Dayton. Running behind those pads, he gets a couple before he's stopped at the 18. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down.
Listen, the offensive coordinator's best friend in the red zone is the running game. Make guys commit. line of scrimmage so I can throw behind. This defense is good, but I'm going to challenge them. I'm going to try to be the more physical team. I love the play call. I think you keep running the football and stay physical.
The crowd behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Sooner!
What an example of this quarterback just putting his offense on his back. Drop back, wanted to throw the ball downfield, nobody open, no problem. Extend the play, buy himself some time, and then take off with his legs to score that touchdown.
He'll return it. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This drive will open from the 15. Going right to work up top. Working that left side now. Turning it on. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. He'll keep it himself. Not much of a gain there on the ground, and that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of the period, Oklahoma has the lead. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game in the second quarter. Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. Quickly out to the tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. And the Noles are at the line looking to convert on third and short. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. From the gun on third down. Got his man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
So now it's second and long. They'll try the right side. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Now facing a third and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires to the big fella. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. The Seminoles line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. Got his man on the right. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? It's first down from their own 23-yard line. On the ground, it's Dayton. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line.
coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They'll test the right side, and this one will be stopped for no gain.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
Snagged in the middle. It's Marshall. That effort, they pick up a fresh set of downs. They have it at the 34-yard line. And the Sooners are rolling down the field. Back to pass, it's Hall. It's complete on the right side. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. The Sooners will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll try it again. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
And those little runs, man, they don't look great in the box score, but I love when an offense stays on schedule and it makes those third downs more manageable, easier, harder to attack me now from the defensive perspective trying to get to me. So it's an easy, simple play for this offense, but I love it.
The Seminoles will call on their punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it cleanly at the 20. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. The give to the back. Finding a way to foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
They'll leave it with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on third down at the dope. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He might want another play. Looking for a man. It's Hall. Using his feet to buy time. Zings it complete to the right. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. for this offense.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run, and he's a guy that's looking to throw.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab. Third down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side.
It is so good for an offense early in the game to get in a rhythm and to start stringing first downs together. It makes the game really easy and puts that defense in a situation where they're starting to get tired. They want to sub. They want to get other guys in the field. Stringing first downs together like this makes it hard to defend.
It's complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma. And they take it in for 6 more points.
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here. We're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
Got his man on the outside. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. A strike downfield. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Looking for a big gain. Pass is incomplete, and that's going to do it for the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And if you thought that was a quick first half, you'd be right on the money. Two workhorse running backs who just kept pounding the rock behind offensive lines who look less like college kids and more like bulldozers. Call it ground and pound, call it pin and pummel. Both sides have been dominant, and I'm curious to see if either defense can make an adjustment.
The Sooners will kick it off to start the second half. And he's going to try to return this one. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring goal.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
They'll give it to the back. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Got his man all by himself. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. And the Seminoles want to pick up the tempo. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on this play today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
They'll try the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on fourth down, trailing by double figures. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Well, they get the first down, going for it on 4th and 1, and they're in that fringe area right now in their opponent's territory. So important for them to keep the momentum going because they've got to be thinking, we're scoring points here. We're going to pay this drive off.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Fakes to grab. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a new set of downs. The give from the gun. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
And after your defense just went out there and gave up a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not in. They were ready for that. Gonna have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Ooh, and that's a nice sigh of relief for the defense too, right? There was a broken tackle. The guy made it look like he was going to pick up the first, but because of great effort defensively, they were able to get the stop, and now they're setting up fourth down.
Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. The Noles started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They just keep firing. Flips it out on the screen. Touchdown, Seminoles! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Here comes the Oklahoma offense. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
In football, you hear the term quick, but don't hurry. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs... Decision quick. I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate with his pass.
Pulls it in. It's Gentry. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. A cacophony of noise. Debilitating surround sound. The war chant on third down at the dope. Looking downfield, it's Hall. Going for the big play. Can't make the grab in this offense, which has been brilliant. Season on third down. Doesn't convert this time. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had him. Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Got his man downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's got him still on his feet. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
He's got it down the middle. They'll mark him down at the 2. The excellent execution on that throw and catch.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And this offense, you're halfway home. All you got to do is do the same exact thing, Palmer. Fall forward and be physical here.
And that's why
Sneak gets it done.
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it's a final now and one of the more intriguing games of the week, that notable ACC clash. Wake Forest is going to enjoy the trip back to Winston-Salem after a rock-solid performance. And you take care of business on the road, and you stack wins there at home, and suddenly it's quite the resume. One team will rise in the ACC standings, while the other is going to sink like a stone. The harsh reality of college football when conference foes face off, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. So no room to run there, and you wonder after that loss on first down where they turn now.
Yeah, and that's why it's so important for the defense to win these first downs, right? You want to create negative plays to make this offense so much more predictable.
Looking to the big tight end. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Wants to throw. It's Hall. He'll take the deep shot. Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it and trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got a good one going here. All tied up in the third. It's 2nd and 10. And they're not quite in rhythm there. It's incomplete. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Hunt is on its way. Wants to return it. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. One back in the backfield, he gets the carry. Now they've got breathing room, got 6 all the way out to the 20.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. What a ride. It's been through the first 3 quarters of this game. We are all tied up. Let's check out some stats. This is when winning plays are made, and we start right now in the 4th. So we open the final period with a 3rd down play. Looking for a man. It's Hall. Completes it in the middle. Breaks into the open. Building momentum. Picking up a chunk of yardage. Moving the chains out to the 34. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Fires to the tight end.
I tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for a quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Sooners with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, it's not a home run, but it's just enough by the running back to move the chains.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Gets it to the back. Still on his feet at the 45. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
He'll pull it down inside the 25. Wrestled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. The Sooners, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. He's got it on the run. Touchdown, Sooners! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth. This dude is just slicing and dicing this defense into little tiny pieces.
Carving him up, completely comfortable, knows exactly what he's getting, had so much success today. You got to find a way to make these quarterbacks feel more uncomfortable.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. The running back has it. There he goes! That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They'll run play action. Looking down the middle. This time he's got it. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
And the Noles with a second and short to keep this drive moving. He's got it on the right. Shakes off the defender. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down.
After giving up a few extra yards after a hitch throw, I wonder if this defense is going to want to give this guy this much access moving forward. They might be thinking about more press coverage or playing some zone coverage where the corner's right up there.
And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. He's got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Quarterback on the keeper. And the defense makes the tackle, but not before he gets down to the 2. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Leaves it with the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again.
How about that catch? Diving grab along the left sideline. Touchdown, Florida State. Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
Time for the offense to try to put together a fourth-quarter drive to break a tie. Dropping back, it's Hall. They're working that left side. At the 35, he's open. He'll step out of bounds right at the 44. A big-time pickup on that one.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
using the quick game. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires one high and deep. And that deep shot's going to wind up incomplete, but we do have a flag on the field. Let's see what the official says.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
That last one was just a crushing penalty for this defense. Here comes 2nd and 1. Throws to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Might be calling a hot route. They're going to go to the air on 3rd and short. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Makes the grab past the marker. And not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense.
When you have a leader like this guy, you've got a chance to win, and that's what you see right now. There's just a different energy in this offense trailing in these 2-minute situations. He's already thrown a couple of touchdowns. He's made some massive plays. Defense on their heels here late.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Looking to pass. It's Hall. Steps away to find some room. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to find another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. when to bring it. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
Bend don't break by the defense, right? They've allowed a lot of big plays, but here in the red zone, great job in coverage on that 3rd down. And now the offense is in an interesting situation.
Splits the uprights, it's good. And the sideline celebration is on as they've taken the lead in the final minute.
More on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really depend on.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one. Instead, it's 2nd down. Get everybody lined up quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. Back to pass on 2nd down. Quickly to the tight end. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Looking to throw on 1st down. Wide open downfield. And works into the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He's trying to get them set quickly. They have to get the ball into field goal range. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. Defense caught out of position, and they get him down finally at the 38. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Keeps it on the bootleg, looking to throw. Here comes the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play.
That's a big stop for this defense, and more importantly now, it puts them in a huge position. I want to use that clock as my friend. I got to take away the sidelines. I can't give up a big play and let them get a sideline and then sneak that field goal unit on. Got to make sure I understand where that yard is to get to where they want to kick the field goal.
Defense gets the timeout call. 20 seconds left on the clock. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. From 55 yards out, and he's got it. Never a doubt.
And that's why this kid is so automatic. Set him up anywhere on the field, and he puts it right down the pipe.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Scanning the field, it's Hall. He wants to go deep. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining.
And, man, this is a tough spot to be in as this offense. And the defense is so deep, and you wonder if that's why they threw the ball underneath. But, golly, with the clock where it is, you have to get somewhere down the field to give yourself a chance.
And the sack all the way back into 5. Well, guys, let's play some more. Head into overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably maybe 1 possession each. Who's the better team?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possessions starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, and the second overtime and 2-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
So here comes our first play of overtime. Pulls and fires complete to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
He'll pull it on the read. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that is... guy is a true dual-threat quarterback. You've seen him all game, hurting them with his arm, already over 200 yards pass. How about his running ability now? And on the option play. There's a variety of ways he can take the game over, and the defense is figuring that out fast.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That changes the sequence, doesn't it? Like, you think 1st and goal, maybe I can pound this several times, and now you get the loss. Now you got to rethink things a little bit. Do I want to throw the football now? Do I feel comfortable even running the ball? So,
looking for the end zone. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
Slams it ahead. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And what a tremendous surge by the defense there on third down in a goal line situation, getting penetration, getting the tackle for loss. Now sets up fourth, and it's decision time here if you're on offense.
And now on fourth down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. He puts it through, and they take the lead in overtime.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they got on first down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line.
Running the ball in OT, and a nice job by the ball carrier, finding his lane, finding his hole, putting his foot in the ground and getting upfield.
Handoff from the gun. They get him on the ground, but not before he drives it to the 10-yard line. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help.
At this point of the game, you just got to wonder if the defense is getting tired. Here in OT, they just don't seem to have the punch up front that like they had earlier in the game, and they're just playing on their heels.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
Under fire. He got it. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT. He has been surgical. Precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
you.